Welcome back, subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're in a sort of a coastal fishing tourist village called Novigrad. Now, from my understanding, Novi means new, Grad means town, so a new town. It's in the district of Zadar, and it's about a 30-35 minute drive from the actual city centre of Zadar. I'm on top of a fortress at the moment. I have had the opportunity to get the drone up and give you a bit of a look-see to where exactly I am. We will go down to street level because this is pretty high up in the hilltop, I guess, overlooking the town. Very interesting town. It's going to be quite interesting, this place. I think the drone footage will suggest that it's something special. But then again, there's a lot of towns that look very similar. So I'm pretty much spoilt for where I want to go and where I want to visit. But we will go down to street level. We'll see what's up. Once again, all the tourists have left, and basically all we get to see is the locals that hang out for the next 6 months before the tourist season starts again. There are a number of fishing boats. So fishing, I guess, is something that some of the locals do. And you'll find that some of the stores or the cafes are closed only because the numbers of tourism has dropped to nearly zero. But we'll have a look and let's see what we see. Okay, so here we are on the foreshore, and it does look like a few of the guys who live here are doing repairs to their boats and also fishing nets. So we'll wander around. I do like the old buildings just behind me, and I'll swing the camera around so you can have a look as well. It's just a lovely little town. Once again, blue skies, very peaceful, very relaxing. I could easily take a nap on one of these park benches. Anyway, we'll continue on and let's see what we see. So here we go. There's a guy there working on some fish. So there is fish available. This is still part of the Adriatic. The Adriatic does make its way into this inland area. And once again, this is where the opportunity is for the locals and for the businesses to do some renovations, be it render the facades of their buildings or their apartments, or just minor maintenance that one has to do on a property. So there's our fearless fisherman. The seagulls waiting there for any scraps. But it is a very peaceful existence here. Once again, we're not all that far away from Zadar, which is I think it's the third biggest city in Croatia. This looks like more of a serious fishing boat with nets in the back of the bucket. And I can tell you they're a very proud nation, Croatians. Every boat has their little flag, or just about every boat has a flag. Most of the larger hotels have their flags waving, and as we walk around, this is just a bend and it opens up to a much bigger area. This is the only sort of place that I could see that is open for a cup of coffee or a zero beer or whatever thirst you need, but it is terrific. There's also quite a number of boats that I believe are just here seasonally, as in they're parked up and family or whatever who owns them comes down during the summer season. You'll see something around this corner that is not necessarily something that we see, say, back in Australia, but nonetheless it'll give you an idea of how they heat their homes during the winter months. And it can get quite cold, from my understanding. I can tell you that as of the 15th of November of each year, if you're not driving up and along the coast, you must have winter tyres on your vehicle. It's mandatory, you can get a fine. So if you're renting a car, just bear that in mind. And I'm pretty sure that the rental company will let you know that if you're renting a car and you're not going along the coastal line, they will provide you with a car with winter tyres. Now I will show you this. This is how they heat their homes. Everyone has wood. They still do it the old-fashioned way. They do have forests that are strictly for that purpose, and it's a regrowth sort of timber industry that they have for heating homes. This looks like a much more substantial fishing boat, and you'll see that the trucks come along with like the pellets of wood, and it'll see them out the winter season. So we'll continue on. It's just lovely how it bends around, and it does appear like a little lake, but I don't know what you'd call this. If you follow the water right around to the left, it opens up to a bigger area, then comes very, very narrow again, and eventually it makes its way all the way to the Adriatic Sea. So technically from here you could go to Italy without any issues whatsoever and end up in the Mediterranean. Here we have a few more fishermen doing their thing. It appears to be a husband and wife team, I'm not sure. Once again, cats are more than welcome in Croatia, which is lovely. And there are some very large apartments here that you can rent. They're all closed at the moment. I'm sure if you go on those websites like Airbnb, bookings.com or Stays, type in Novigrad in Zadar, these will pop up. So here you have more wood. And just to the right, up on the hill there, not sure if it comes into focus, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. Just up there is the fortress that protects this sort of inlet. And that's where I'll fly the drone from. But as you can see, it swings right around, and then way in the distance, right on the edge of where those trees are, in the middle of your screen, you'll see the two bridges, and that's where the water comes in, and also how you get out to the Adriatic / Mediterranean to continue your journey. I have seen people fishing in these sort of little inlets, and they are quite successful. You'd think after all these generations and centuries it'd all be fished out, but no. I guess there is a peak, and then during the off-peak tourist season the fish do their thing and multiply, I hope, is the logical thing that I hope happens. Once again, more pellets of firewood. So I'm assuming you must just order it online or ring up someone. They come with a truck, drop off your pellet of firewood, and you pay accordingly. Now, the only thing else I could suggest if you're coming out this way and if you're planning to stay is try to get an apartment at the street level, or at the level of the sea, so to speak. It can be a bit of a climb, as you can see here, with these stairs. So it is a bit of a climb. If you're young and fit, or just fit, that's not a problem. Also, if you want to make your way to that fortress, you can drive quite close to it and have an easy walk, or you can walk between some of these buildings here. There is a path that will take you up there, but that's a hard slog. So the only thing I could suggest is, if you're not fit at all, a little bit long in the tooth, to give it a miss. I gave it a miss. I just drove around. I thought, oh, I'll take the easy way up, and I drove around, and it was just an easy walk to where I will be flying that drone. Once again, you can see that this place here with the Heineken signs on their balcony, that all opens up. They probably have chairs and tables there, but once again, it's not the season for it. And once again, sometimes I think it's, if you like the crowds, great. If you don't, then this is the perfect time to come. Now, I'm not sure what that is there. That looks like a hotel. but you're going to have to do some serious walking to get up to your apartments. And if that's not an issue for you, then you're going to have a lovely, lovely view. Okay, so they're still working on their nets, and I might stop and see if I can get what they call biela kava, which means white coffee. And it's just the instant stuff. They do have quite a variety of coffees, to things that are in a small little cup, and it looks like mud to me. It's super thick. It looks like tar, but they love it. Whereas I just like, I'm happy with an instant coffee. That's good enough for me. It looks quite challenging and frustrating, but I guess after years of untangling your nets, it becomes a breeze. So here's another look at that more serious sort of fishing boat. Now I do like the pitter-patter of the engine idling in the background. Very soothing. I'll see if I can find which boat it is. I think it's the blue one here. That's idling away. Yeah, you can see the blue box. It's got the shakes. Very good. Now there are like fish farms around here as well, where I'm not sure what they're catching, and then people go there and maintain them and do what they have to do to bring in that catch. So anyway, this is where I'm going to have a cup of tea, and let's see what happens, or a cup of coffee I should say. So here we have the fire brigade and their logo on the door. That looks like a personnel transport vehicle, and just behind us, or just in front of us I should say, is a church, and way up in the distance is that fortress. We'll have a look at the church and let's see what it has to offer. Now just a quick one, as you can see here, this is a place where if you've got a electric bike, you can charge up your bike or your scooter. I'm seeing these all over the place throughout Croatia. I'm assuming that they're all universal connections. Not sure what this board will show. Oh, it's pretty faded, so I can't really tell you much. I think they need a new board there. Now I do love this thing. This is I'm going to guess and say this is a bike rack. How old is that? Not sure. I'll have a look at the logo for the manufacturer. That's a beauty. Very good. So we'll go up to the church just here. Let's see what it is. Now this is some very old style steps. Once again, it seems that the Venetian and the Romanesque periods sort of dominates a lot of Croatia. The doors are open to the church, which is great. And let's see. So this is the parish church of the Blessed Virgin Mary's Birth, is what they're calling it. Okay, very good. So this is your main entrance to the church. What a beauty. Okay, if we can get in, we'll get in. If we're allowed to shoot some footage, we will. If we can't, we can't. Now I have tried one door, but the door is closed or locked. And there's another entry on this side, which we will try if it's open. We'll see if we can enter. Now it does appear that all the doors to the church are locked, so we won't be able to enter, but at least I'll give you a bit of a view of the outside. There's a wall here to my right, so I can't take you all the way around, but it would have been good to see what it looks like inside, but it is what it is. Now, the other thing that I see quite often, which I think is a great idea, I'm not sure back in Australia we actually have these, but I think these are terrific. It's basically a bench. You can sit on them and it charges up like your phone, which I think is terrific. So you place your phone on those end bits and away you go. I think there's USB ports there on the side. I'll try to get out of the, I'll show you this one. I think my shadow was sort of interfering. So they're basically a solar panel that's the height of a normal bench seat, and then right on the side here, providing no one's wrecked them, is the ports to plug in a USB to charge up your phone. But I'm pretty sure if you placed your phone here, where I'm pointing, you'll be able to charge it as well. I reckon they're terrific. So once again, this is the little coastal village township of Novigrad in the district of Zadar. This is right at the start. So you basically have to come down that hill. It's quite windy, very, very scenic. And that brings you down to here. And then it sort of comes across and around. The other thing is, which is quite interesting as well, is I'll show you now once I get out of the way. Solar panels are available, are being used to some extent. So even though the homes appear very old on the outside, the people that own them are not sort of subject to not allowing them to have sort of any modern features. Once you get into some of these places, they've been totally gutted with good plumbing, brand new interiors, kitchens, bathrooms, all that sort of stuff. And I don't want people to assume that just because it's an old building, that it's also old from inside. I'm assuming they must be like heritage listed or protected from the outside or the facade, and everything else internally can be modified or modernised. So here we are at the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Very relaxing cup of coffee, and I even had a zero beer. It's zero alcohol beer. If you did like the video, by all means, click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent, but it helps out the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe wherever you are. Commute safe and have a great day.